Hey everyone, how's it going? We're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer content. So today we are playing a Selesnya deck, which is a kind of Selesnya ramp deck, but with extra spice. And it's built around the Greenshell. So this is a 4/6 elemental turtle with reach. And it says as long as you control 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. And whenever it or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped, otherwise put it into your hand. So we're always getting card advantage out of it, which is good. And yeah, we're kind of building up to that 10 mana and then using it to grow all of our creatures and kind of smash the opponent out of the game. So yeah, it's a ramp deck, but in a slightly kind of different form, because we've got a lot of high toughness creatures, which kind of act as our ramp. So we've got Arboreal Grazer, which lets us put an additional land onto the battlefield. Gilded Goose, which is a 0/2 that comes with a food token that it can sacrifice to add mana. Insidious Fungus does a similar kind of thing to Arboreal Grazer, except when it dies, but again has a higher toughness than power. Gwenna, Outcaster, Green Blade, Clifftop Lookout. It's all of a kind of piece, so that not only can we play these in the early game to help power us out into our big creatures, but also later on, when we draw them later in the game, they are still some use to us because they will get us that card advantage. This is also a deck that runs a couple of the Overlords, which do a similar kind of job here. So Overlord of the Hauntwoods is obviously the green ramp one, so that's a good addition to this deck. And then the Overlord of the Mistmoors is kind of one of our top end big splashy creatures that we're going to use to end the game. So this is a 6/6 that comes with 2/1 white insect creature tokens with flying whenever it enters or attacks. Obviously, with a Greenshell in play and 10 lands, those are massive 4/3 creatures. So yeah, you'll just very quickly win the game if this is allowed to spin out of control. Amiria's Call again does that kind of splashy big angel creating action, but it can also be a land. So yeah, it's a weird ramp deck. It's one which I've seen a list for doing the rounds in a couple of places, so I thought I'd give it a go. But yeah, it's interesting. It's running up the beanstalk as well, just to give us that extra card advantage from playing the expensive spells. It triggers off all of our overlords, it triggers off the Greenshell. So yeah, there's plenty of potential card advantage in that. Then we got some removal with March of Otherworldly Light and Get Lost. Just those cheap removal spells in the early game are pretty important. Same with Paw Patch Formation, just dealing with difficult creatures or enchantments that the opponent may have. Gwenna is an interesting one in this deck, so this kind of forms the backbone of a few combo decks, but in this we're kind of playing the fair version of Gwenna here. So it's a 2/3 for 2. You can tap to add 2 mana in any combination of colours, spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Well, that's kind of fine, and whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap it. So it's a big, well, it's not a big card, but it's a powerful card which could very much get us into our late game. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. So it's an interesting build, as I say. I'll be curious to see how it does. So it's a Yorion deck, so it's running 80 cards, so another Yorion deck. In terms of our mana base, so it's again a slightly different one. We've got all of the dual lands that you kind of expect. We are running 3 Lair of the Hydras, 2 Besejus, an Iganjo just for that additional usage out of our lands. And then we've got some desert synergies as well, because a few of these cards, like Outcaster Green Blade, are kind of desert matters cards. So we've got the Arid Archway, which enters tapped. When it enters, return a land you control to its owner hand. So it's got that kind of Karoo land effect. If another desert was returned this way, Surveil 1, it taps to add 2 colourless. And then Conduit Pylons, when it enters, Surveil 1, and then that adds colourless and can do some mana fixing as well. So yeah, we can kind of durdle around with deserts as well, return deserts, get value off of that. Yeah, so the mana base is, again, slightly different. Then in the sideboard, a lot of white cards in the sideboard, kind of making most use of that ability to splash white. So as well as Yorion, we've got our Deafening Silence for those decks like Phoenix, which are playing lots of non-creature spells in one turn. Portable Hole to give us some more early game removal. Rest in Peace, Graveyard Hate, Damping Sphere, Knockout Blow, and then a couple of Elspeth Conquers Death as well. Not only is this a good way of exiling problematic permanents the opponent controls, it does slow them down as well and gets one of our creatures back from the graveyard, which in a deck like this will often be a pretty splashy creature that we can bring back, maybe get one of our Overlord triggers off it. So yeah, I think Elspeth Conquers Death is an interesting sideboard card in this deck rather. So yeah, I mean, as I say, it's going to be a bit of a wild one. I think it's either going to perform much better than expected, or it's just going to completely fall apart. But I was curious enough, having seen the deck list, to give it a try. So yeah, we'll go on to the ladder with this. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's see how we go on with this. Yeah, this seems a reasonable hand. It's a little short on land for a ramp deck, but... Okay. Grazer. Pop down Lair of the Hydra here. Then we got a nice turn 2 play as well. Not anymore, we don't. Darn. Never mind. So, grab Yorion here, just because it's a good way of resetting some of our stuff. Okay, they're going maximum hand disruption. And I'm just drawing removal, so... I mean, I'll be able to remove what they do for days. But I won't be able to do anything else. What's that? 2 Thoughtseizes, 2 Duresses. Do I play this as a land? Do I keep it to hopefully play it later? Yeah, sure, I'll just... This is a slightly odd configuration we've got going on here. Do you know what? I think I'm going to play it as a land, because if I draw something like Turtle, Greenshell rather, I want to be able to play it straight away. I'm going to have to give them a nice eventually. Go on, let's do it. What is happening? What? Okay, so I think they're playing Rakdos Demons. So we'll Knockout Blow. We'll put in Elspeth Conquers Death. Do I want Portable Hole? It's quite good at dealing with Harvesters and FOMOs. Yeah, we'll stick in a couple. Get Lost is decent. What don't I like here? Again, our Boreal Grazer's a pretty good blocker. Not fussed about Gilded Goose, kind of just dies to Fatal Push before you get any value out of it. Poor Patch Foundation is quite... I've got quite a lot of enchantment removal though, so I'll trim one of those, and maybe one Get Lost. Yeah. Just smooth out our removal package a bit. Because they don't run that many enchantments, but the ones they do are pretty good. You heard it here first. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Unholy Annex, quite good. What is it with this version? That's better. So, I think I'm putting back a land here. And we'll just stick back the pathway for now. Okay, I like no turn 1 hand disruption. So I'll stick the Temple Garden down. Okay. So I think I'm going to Beanstalk here rather than hold up Iganjo, because I do want the land. I'm probably almost certainly going to need this as a land, so... That's okay. So I could play that and chill on Overlord for a turn until I've got Greenshell down. Yeah, I think that's fine. The opponent's not threatening a huge amount of damage at the moment. Bankbuster, that probably came in from the sideboard. Don't want do I want another land? I suppose it does just get it straight into play. Synergy. Synergy. We love synergy. And that was this Hardcaster Mist Moors next turn as well. This all seems pretty good. Okay, the harvesters are beginning to multiply a little now. Well, that's a pretty decent 2-for-1 for me, to be honest, so... Not massively upset with that. I'll take the 4 here. Okay, well... Just to make a point. Overlord of the Mistmoors is a pretty scary card, let's be honest. Again, it's a 2-for-1 and it's leaving behind creatures. I'm really not that bothered. Okay, Shieldred is annoying, for sure. But we have a pretty good answer for that, so... Just get that out of our way. Attack for 4. And we'll stick Yorion in our hand here. Okay, they're only a couple of turns away from dead. Oh, March of Otherworldly Light's pretty good, so... Can march for 0 here. Getting rid of their token. Then... well, I've just got lethal, haven't I? So much point overthinking it here. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty reasonable opening hand, I think. Boreal Grazer into Surveil Land, truly the greatest of the interactions. Beanstalk. We'll stick our Temple Garden back in our hands. Okay. I kind of respect it. I don't like it. I'll take the 3 here, I think. Now, let's play Mist Moors just to give us some creatures. So there you go. I will just stick the Grazer under this now. I don't really mind if they... Fine. That's going to be a problem, but we have blockers for it at least. So I could Greenshell or I could Overlord. I think I'm fine to Greenshell here. Just get a big toughness creature into play. Well, those triggers all came in the wrong order, didn't they? I mean, the slightly longer game benefits me to the absolute max here, so... What's this? Another show-off. Show-off. And they're not attacking. So, 5 mana. 5 mana means another Greenshell, basically, doesn't it? Yeah, we're going to quickly ramp into a lot of lands here now. Because Grazer not triggers the green shells again, as well as adding an additional land to the board. I mean, if we're lucky, we might just get straight to 10 land here, in which case we'll just very quickly win the game. Nope, not quite. Don't need Gwenna now. We've got all of the things we need. Let's get a little bit aggressive with our Greenshell. We've got so many blockers that I don't think it matters too much. That's fine. I mean, I say it's fine, it's not that fine. Aggressive. Very aggressive. Stop being so aggressive. That was actually a pretty good exchange for us. Well, it's Hauntwoods. That gets us the extra land we need. I think they're just dead here, aren't they? Yes. Yes, they are. Wow. That's glitching hilariously. So, Knockout Blow is good here, Portable Hole is good. I think that's basically all we need. Ditchamiri is cool for an aggro matchup. Poor Patch Foundation does take down Slick Shot, but I think I have enough. I can trim one of those, and we'll trim a couple of Get Losts as well, because I don't much fancy giving them the map tokens. This one's a little slow on the draw. Am I sending it back? I think I am. Okay, that's much better. Land or Beanstalk goes back here. I think let's be a bit ambitious. Okay. Well, this could go horribly wrong, but hasn't yet. Could go horribly wrong just about from now. Yep, there we are. Okay, should not have put back the land, but in a deck that runs this many lands, I think it's not an unreasonable risk to take. We will be able to get rid of both of these at least, so it's not the worst situation anyone's ever been in. Obviously, I don't love it. And if we draw another land, we can at least Overlord to get some blockers down. That's not bad. Okay, they're going hard after our life total here. Sheesh. Am I willing to go to 3 to play the Overlord of the Mistmoors? Not really, because that puts me in range of basically any burn spell. So the answer is no. Well, I'm now one Ramanap Ruins activation away from dead. No way of gaining life, so let's just hope they whiff. Draw a creature or something. No, can't do that. Well, fair enough. I mean, look at their hand, so... That's fine. We'll just run it back. I think this is actually a decent configuration. We stumbled on mana for a turn, and they had all of their burn spells in precisely the right order. This hand doesn't do anything. And this one does. So I'll put back Gilded Goose. I mean, I'm not overselling this. Hand doesn't do that much. It does more now. So, Goose. Beanstalk for card draw. Yeah, I was going to say the goose is the right target here, but they want to be able to attack, which is fair enough. I understand. Yeah. We'll get a conduit pylons here. To want to be able to cast Get Lost. Okay. No damage this turn from that. Stick your in my hand. Am I willing to attack? I don't think so. They've got too many haste creatures. Wow, they just love the burn. Love the burn. Right. Well, I am going to attack now because I'm going to blink all of this stuff. So... that's quite spicy. So we'll blink those two. Stick an archway into place to take Beseiju back. Just grab another forest, I think, here. So they're going to struggle to get through this. Double Ramanap Ruins is going to cause us some problems at some point. Yeah, I think realistically I've got to start attacking them here if I'm going to win this game. This puts them one attack from dead as well, so they need to somehow do me 8 damage. No, that's dying. One of them's dying. They're both dying. I'm going to win. Just as well, because I drew not much else but lands there. Good. Yeah, this is a keepable hand. Yeah, this seems like a deck to watch. It's done some pretty powerful stuff. So I assume this is Phoenix, but let's get our fungus down and see what happens. Yep. I'm not that worried about losing my fungus there. Overlord of the Mistborns is a good draw. The 2/1 tokens are pretty good pretty good anti-Phoenix as well, because obviously they trade pretty well with Phoenix. Three Considers in the graveyard. Well, it's getting shuffled away anyway, isn't it? All four Considers in the graveyard. Well, this will make a nice treasure cruise for you, won't it? Fine, I'm still. Who the hell do you think you are? Stop it this instant. Artist Talent is a fine card. Is this a treasure cruise? It feels like a treasure cruise. Yep. Yeah, just a chill 1 mana, draw 3. Seems fair. Done it. Well, while they're durdling away, I'll get my Overlord of the Mist Moors into play. Okay, they still haven't drawn a Phoenix, which is... Okay, there's one. Damn. Damn. It's very wearing, to be honest. I can see why people get tired of playing against this deck. I like playing with it, I hate playing against it. Look at it. Smug bastard of a deck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try and take down their Phoenix here. With a March of Otherworldly Light. Just slow them down a smidge. If I can survive long enough to get Mistmoors active, then we might be alright. Seems unlikely at this point, to be honest. And a Prophesidetic Memory, well, that's not going to help. So they've only cast one instant this turn, so they're not getting Phoenix back this turn. But they did draw 6 cards, which seems in itself quite problematic. Da, 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 da. Oh, we're in such a good place here. I'm thrilled. Thrilled, I tells you. No, we're definitely reaching scooping territory. Because, I mean, what the hell have we even done this game? We've just durdled. Oh, another treasure cruise. Another treasure cruise, yes. 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 And a 10-12 ledger shredder. Seems reasonable. Okay. So, rest in peace we obviously want here. Elspeth conquers death. Couple of portable holes. 8 cuts. 8 cuts. Get Lost does destroy their artist talent and prof stuff, doesn't it? So maybe we will keep that. What don't I like here? Green Blade can go. Gwenna can go. Yeah, it's a lot of our kind of mid-game ramp, I think, needs to disappear in this one. Trim a goose. Trim another goose. Call it a day. No. Still no. What are these lands? They don't do anything. Beanstalk. Yeah, once again, this is a... Beanstalk draws us into more lands or we lose kind of game, so... That is the sad reality of your index. The variance is just that much higher. It can't be helped, unfortunately. Okay, well, that's actually not terrible because we can just destroy it. And that just kills one of their engines. We get a clifftop lookout down. Cool, okay. Well, if they play Phoenix now, we got a pretty good answer for our... a pretty good target for our Elspeth Conquers Death. I would like them to stop treasure cruising, if they could potentially avoid it. Thank you. Okay, this is a pretty reasonable turn, so we'll draw. Get rid of that. Our Boreal Grazer. Get another land. No. But I did think about it. And I think we should all remember that if it turns out to have been the right thing to do. Oh god, he's going to treasure cruise. Good. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased for them. Honestly, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am for them. Fills me with enormous joy. Seven cards in the graveyard, eh? Well, isn't that swell? Ooh, another Elspeth Conquers Death. Hello. I'm not bringing back anything particularly good here, but I have just absolutely killed their ability to play non-creature spells for the turn, so that gives me basically a free turn. Portable Hole's not bad here, so bring back Clifftop Lookout. Grab another land. This is interesting, isn't it? So I could Portable Hole away one of their pranksters. Don't really feel the need to be honest. When I can just do Yorion-related stuff. So we'll send in the Overlord of the Mistmoors. Put Yorion in our hand. Play Beseiju. Okay, that's a decent lightning axe. Blink, blink, blink. Get some more lands down. Obviously a Greenshell would be nice here. Not that I'm fussy about such things. And they just boarded out all of their phoenixes. They might have done. It's entirely possible, actually, in the anticipation that I would run Rest in Peace. Another treasure cruise, is it? Okay, no, they do have phoenixes. Well, that's good, because it gives us a target for our Elspeth Conquers Death. Sure. Get lost. Okay. Portable Hole. Shredder under a Portable Hole. Get lost. Picklock Prankster under a Get Lost. Pylons. Gimme a Greenshell. Activate this. 4, 2, 4, quite a lot, quite a lot. It is 4, 7. I think. Maybe 8. Can we do 8? How much mana have we got? 9. Let's do 8. They've conceded. Oh, I can put in Damping Sphere, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good additional hate card against what they're doing. And we'll trigger Miria's Call on the draw. So yeah, I think we overcame 2 treasure cruises and various other things, and that I think the early decision to destroy their artist talent was a good one. I may regret this. I'm already regretting it. Oh, regretting so hard. Why can't I draw something that isn't land? Well, if they're going to negate something, it could have been worse. Land? More land. I don't want it. But I also don't want more land. Would you like some of my land, opponent? You seem to be struggling for some of your own. No. I mean, I've got all the removal any human being could possibly want, and I'm literally saying no to it because I want some of my payoff cards. Please! And they've got a treasure cruise. Honestly, the work I am doing to try and get through this opponent is unreasonable. I'm going to kill my grazer. Cheeky. Absolutely outrageous. Well, I feel better. All of a sudden. I've got a 6 toughness creature and I feel so much better. I want to get more value out of that. I do love value. That portable hole is pretty sad, but I do have a Paw Patch Foundation for killing their Phoenix when it attacks. Shredder. Well, that can go in a portable hole. In fact, I'm getting ready for it now. Double Phoenix? Pfft. Confounded cheek. Stop playing cards. Oh, good, another one. That's nice. Do you have anything that isn't a Phoenix? Shredder can go in a hole. And I'll play another green seal. These portable holes are all a bit sad here, aren't they? Yeah, couldn't quite do it there. That 3 Phoenix turn was too much for us. Anything doing? I don't think so. Yeah, if we just had a... Maybe we kept a bad hand there. I'm not sure. The opponent just had a good run. It was close. But I was very impressed with this ramp deck. I think it needs a little bit of... I don't know what's happened to Arena. It's gone all fuzzy. It needs... Jesus. It needs some work, I think. There are a few cards here which don't feel like they're pulling their weight. Gwenna. I mean, I never really got to cast Gwenna, but yeah, there's some fine tuning I think to be done here. But I think there's a strong shell. That's funny. But I think yeah, there's something to this. I think it could be potentially quite powerful. So I'd be interested to know anyone's thoughts, suggestions, comments, things they might have seen similar, different, anything really. Just say what you like. And yeah, maybe this is something that could be a thing. I don't know. But here's the deck list, so let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. More of this utterly exciting content to come. And I'll see you next time.